Hello, everyone. My name is Ayman Chaudhary, and I'm the head of the UN Global Compact Network Canada. It is my pleasure to welcome you to our interview series with business leaders. As a network of responsible businesses and as the Canadian chapter of the world's largest corporate sustainability initiative, UN Global Compact, our role here is to inspire more businesses to adopt sustainable practices and contribute to the Sustainable Development Goals, which in short we call the SDGs. This interview series is to showcase outstanding actions that accelerate the global goals undertaken by our network members. Our objective here is to highlight ambitious actions implemented by leaders to fast forward the 2030 agenda through the implementation of the 10 principles of the UN Global Compact. Our aim is also to identify and recognize efforts from companies accelerating the integration of sustainability into their core business management. We keep these interviews short and packed with inspiring information for our audience. We are glad to feature today Desiree Bombenon from SureCall as our business leader today. Desiree is the CEO and Chief Disruption Officer at SureCall. I'm also happy to inform you that Desiree has been identified as one of the Canadian SDG pioneers this year by an expert panel of juries for her exemplary works to support the SDGs. SureCall is an active participant of the UN Global Compact since May 2020. So without further ado, let's welcome our guest today. Hello, Desiree.
Hello, Ayman. How are you?
I'm great today. Thank you so much for joining us today. It'd be great if you kindly share a little bit about SureCall and your role in the organization.
Yes, thank you. It's my pleasure to be here with you today. So SureCall is a purpose-driven business process optimization company, and we're also a certified B Corporation, which I'm very, very proud of. We're servicing global customers of every size, from SMEs to Fortune 500 and even government entities. So we do a lot of the front and back end work for these organizations to help them be successful.
Great. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. We know that SureCall is actively making changes that are built around the SDGs and the 10 principles of the UN Global Compact. Can you tell us more about what you're working on to implement changes and track progress?
Yeah, so I mean, there's quite a number of ways that we're ensuring that the SDGs and the 10 principles of the UN Global Compact are a real focus for our organization. First, we actively advocate and commit to the principles, of course, and we ensure our team and our clients are aware of that fact. It's in our internal and external communications and all of our materials. And they, as a part of our company's values as well, we ensure that all of our team members, when they're first hired and brought on, that's part of their onboarding process, is learning about how we're connected and how we partner with the UN Global Compact, and how the SDGs are a real main focus for our company. Specifically with regards to human rights, labor, and environment, we deal with vendors or suppliers who are able to meet the criteria around how they manage and pay for labor, and how they treat their employees, of course, and how they do business and the integrity of their business. We have also a very unique hiring process that removes the cognitive bias from our recruitment process. So ensuring that we get a diverse and inclusive team is very, very important to our organization. So 50% of our leadership team are female, and 50% of our overall company team are visible minorities. The majority of our team, in fact, are either visible minority or belong to a minority group of some sort. And we have about 170 people in total working for us. We track our progress usually utilizing both the UNGC COP program and the B-Lab BIA, which is their impact assessment that has a checklist and a point system that, shows us our score and our progress through a thorough audit every 3 years, and that we're meeting or exceeding the high standards of environmental, social, and governance criteria within our organization. Of course, with the UN Global Compact, the COP program, we're looking at that on an annual basis. And we find that having the 10 principles as one set and then the BIA analytics as another gives us a well-rounded and detailed report on our progress. Through B-Lab, our company has been named Best for the World for Community Giving in 2019, 20, and 21. And so this recognition has impact that goes far beyond just our organization. We are doing work with educating females right now in underserved and developing communities as part of our commitment to SDG number 5. And of course, we're committed to all 17 SDGs through our various efforts in our organization as well.
That's wonderful. It's so great to hear such a strong commitment to diversity and inclusion, and also to other principles of sustainability. I'm pretty sure it's very inspiring for our audience today to hear about all these great examples that your organization is performing. So, Desiree, my next question to you is, how does SureCall integrate sustainability into the front end and back end office solutions applications that you offer to your clients?
Right. Great question. We focus on reduction of waste mostly and utilization of efficient methods to offer our services. So ensuring that we're always watching our carbon footprint, for example, is one of the things that we do. We also started, when we first started, we started with things like recycling and composting in our office. And then we went completely paperless. So, it's just taking those first steps to get things going within your organization. After that, we moved to all our contracts, forms, agreements are now done through online services or products. So, all of that elimination of paper and waste has been built into our workflow processes. Our billing and invoicing is completely paperless. And we also do not take payment by check. So ensuring our customers are aware of our commitment to a paperless environment. On the back end, we have built complete processes for our clients, moving them from manual efforts to efficient online processes, removing waste as we go. We're also a Lean Six Sigma organization, so we try to find the best way to a solution with the least impact on the environment. We have moved to 75% remote team, which means, of course, less travel, a smaller building footprint, and we've automated our lighting systems within our building. And all electronics have a process where we're enabling them to be turned off when they're not being used. And we've also shifted our client base to smart companies who are working on clean tech, electric vehicles, solar, hydropower. So we're really trying to support the success of these, critical sectors and industries that are helping us to reduce waste and, the carbon footprint that we have. So in 2016, we created also something called our Good Call program that enables us to partner with our clients and give 2% of our top line revenue to support women and children through education and empowerment. So two things we know will lead to a better sustainable future.
That's wonderful. These are some really good examples that you have shared with us, and some great initiatives that you have within your organization. I also wondered, all these great initiatives that you have mentioned, what's the connection, or how do you align these initiatives with the commitment to sustainable development goals? How do you see the linkages there? The linkages are done obviously through the checklists that we have. We take a look at all of the various pieces of the COP program that we're involved in, and then the SDGs, all 17 of them. And then we create programs around how do we initiate this within our organization, and how do we, try to have measurable impact. Mm-hmm. And so really having these programs that I'm talking about with regards to tying yourself and partnering yourself with, whether it's B-Lab, whether it's the UN Global Compact, I think all of these various organizations are working and striving towards the same goals. That's where we're really making the tie-in. Amazing. Thank you so much. That's a great response there. My final question to you is that how do you think UN Global Compact is strengthening SureCall's commitment to advance the sustainability goals? You mentioned a little bit about the COP program, but is there any other way how you're seeing how these organizations is actually helping you to improve your commitment to sustainability?
Absolutely. I mean, we're so pleased with our partnership with the UN Global Compact because, the UN Global Compact continues to provide our organization and my team with solid resources to help us continue the goal of sustainability. The informational webinars, the virtual and in-person events are excellent. You guys provide world-class speakers who are subject matter experts, the sharing of best practices that only makes all of us stronger. All of this allows us to learn and then in turn share that with others in our communities and spread the impact even further. So the COP, as I've mentioned a couple of times, we've become a COP early adopter. We're in that program. And this holds us accountable to those 10 principles and helps us track progress, as we talked about earlier, and improve, ourselves and what we're doing every year. We know that, each of us does what we do separately will result in a combined effort overall. And we all play a part in the advancement of these goals that we're all, moving forward towards. As a corporation, we have a responsibility because what we do affects our team and their families, our customers and their teams and their families, and the community, the people who work and live in our communities. So this also means that we have influence with our own governments and leaders and connecting the importance of using multi-stakeholder convergence and having a partner like the UN Global Compact is really security for the future sustainability of our world.
That's wonderful to hear, Desiree. Thank you so much. And for the audience who are probably not too familiar with the term COP, so that's a communication on progress. That's one of the mandatory annual reporting requirement that the UN Global Compact participants has to fulfill to communicate how they are contributing to the 10 sustainability principles and the SDGs. Well, thank you so much, Desiree, again, and for your time today, and thanks for mentioning the UN Global Compact as one of the strong partners in your sustainability journey. It was wonderful to get all these great insights from you, and thanks again for sharing that with our audience today. I'm sure we will hear more amazing news coming out from SureCall, communicating the commitment to sustainability and the SDGs. With that, I would like to conclude today's interview series, and thank you so much for listening to today's interview session. I welcome you all to attend the next one. Please stay tuned. Thank you.